Welcome to OSR Garage. Today we're going to go over some drive modes on the highway. People are a little confused with whether to use D or B, so we're going to check that out today. So let's go.
In some of the ID forums, people are wondering whether to drive in D or B mode. It really depends on where you're at. Of course, in the city, you want to use B mode. But the question is what do you use out on the highway? D is going to let you cruise and roll a little bit more, and will that give you better range? Or do you use B so that when you're going down hills in some of the terrain, you get a little regenerative braking? Since we're not real sure about that, and Volkswagen's really never came out and said whether one is preferred over the other, whether the system's set up to prefer one over the other on certain types of things, we're going to check that out today. We are going to do a loop test on the interstate. We'll be going 70 miles per hour. We're going to travel down the interstate a certain distance. We're going to get a turnaround spot, and then we'll come back. I don't know what the total distance is going to be, but it's probably going to be somewhere in the, I would say 80 to 100 mile range, and we'll find that out after our first loop. The other thing we're going to do is we are also going to charge up to 80% before we leave each time. That way the car is set up exactly the same. There's about a 10 to 12 mile an hour wind today, so we will have a tailwind on our way to the turnaround spot, and then we'll have a little bit of a headwind on the way back, so that'll balance things out, and we'll see what's better, D or B on the interstate. We are all charged up to 80%, so I'm going to go unhook that. We'll be driving in eco mode, which is what most of the time you're going to be driving on the interstate to make sure you get a little extra to get to your destination. So we'll put it in eco. We'll start out in B mode, and we'll see how the efficiency is. You can see we're going to go up here. We're going to go into eco. So that is set. We are going to shift to B mode. So that is set. And then we are going to go to our data, and we're going to reset this. And we are now ready to move. Alright, so we are on the interstate right now. Speed limit is 65. And that's what we are set at. Once it goes up to 70, we'll speed up to 70. We're going to follow all speed limit regulations for this test. And I hope we get some good results. All right. Right now we are 70. You see the 70 is set. I did check it on a GPS on the way over here, and when it says 70 on your cruise control, it's actually 70, not the 69 in the center. So that's what we're going to be driving this test at. You can see it's 63 degrees, so good temperature. A little bit of a tailwind right now, and like I said, it'll be turning around, and we'll get that headwind on the way back. We are just about halfway to our turnaround point. I just wanted to check in. You can see we are right about 3 to 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. And right now we're gonna get pushed on the side by this wind. This road is not a straight road to our turnaround spot. So we're gonna get pushed on the side, sometimes pushed in the back, be the opposite on the way. But I'm not gonna bother showing you guys too much of this driving because it's Illinois. There's nothing out here. It's just flat. It's all fields around everywhere. So the drive's not real exciting, and so I just didn't really want to waste too much time for you guys to sit and look at flat ground. So I will check back with you whenever we get to the turnaround spot. That'll be our halfway point. We'll see what our numbers look like and then see what we get on the way back. All right, got off the interstate and we are going to turn around right here. Just gonna go into this little complex over here. So we are going to pull right in here and we are going to turn around. So right now at the halfway point, we're at 3 miles per kilowatt hour. It's driving in B mode at 70 miles per hour. We are coming back up. I'm gonna head right back out. We are back at the Electrify America in our ending spot. Get pulled into a spot to get charged. Okay, as you can see, we were in B mode. We got 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour, going 70 miles per hour. It's a total of 78 miles. So we got climate control at 68 and temperature is 64. So we'll get charged up to 80% and then we will hop back out and run it on D mode. All right, we are charged up to 80%. We are ready to go. Close that out. Down here, mode, staying in eco. I always switch them back just to make sure that it's in eco. Okay, we are going to reset the trip counter and drive. And let's head out to the interstate and see what we get. We are at our turnaround spot. Come up here, turn around. You can see we're at 3 miles per kilowatt hour. I think we were at 2.8 last time. I can't remember offhand, but either way, I think it might be a little bit better, but we've got that headwind going back. We'll see what happens there. So I think the frame on this guy's truck is bent a little bit. You can see it looks pretty straight as we're going around this corner right here. But as we straighten out, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see the front tires sticking out farther than the rear tires. So to me that sounds like it might be a little bent. Can't really tell anything there, but looks like it was a little bent to me. Alright, we are back at Walmart. Electrify America charger. Get pulled around here, get pulled into a spot. Which looks like they're using that one. Look what we got here, guys. We got an Ioniq 5. They might be having a little bit of trouble, might have to help them out. Pull into this station because I know it's been working. See that we're at 2.9. I think we were at 2.7 before. That was pretty good, I guess. So it looks like driving in D mode does help a little bit. So in a longer trip, then it probably would help even more. Okay guys, there you have it. It looks like the D mode does give you a little bit more on your trip on an interstate. I'm not sure that I will drive with it. I like driving in B mode. It was a little awkward coming off the off ramps and the car just kept flying at 65 miles per hour. So that was a little awkward, but I think overall you will gain a little bit. You might try it out on your next trip if that's something you've been thinking about or wondering about. I think right here it just kind of showed that it's kind of what worked. The other thing I wanted to tell you was, as you saw, we had an Ioniq 5 sitting here when we got back, and I talked to them a little bit. They just got the car yesterday. They were charging on a 150 kilowatt charger. So I asked them if they knew that it charges faster than 150, and they said no, they didn't know that. And I said, well, if you use the 350s, I cannot remember, so don't get all over me because I said the wrong numbers. But I told them I was pretty sure that it would charge around 2 to 250. I'm sure that it may not be, it may be 175, but I know that watching out of spec reviews and stuff that they've been plugging into the 350 charger, so I know it'll pull over 150. So I told them the next time I might try the 350 charger, that way it'll charge up a little bit faster. They were pulling 125 kilowatts, which was not what I was pulling off of that one. I was only getting I think I pulled 90 at one point. So as we were talking, a Rivian pulled in, and it's over there charging now. So if you're a regular watcher, go ahead and click subscribe. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, we've got a playlist right here. We got another video up here. Click the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, and I will see you later.